'Twas the night before Life Day. 'Twas the night before Life Day, when all through the hall, not a creature was stirring, not even Darth Maul. The sabers were hung by the heating unit with care, in hopes that Master Yoda soon would be there. The Padawans were meditating, sitting on beds, while visions of the future danced in their heads. Qui-Gon sat down, and I stretched my back, and we settled down for a game of Sabbac. When out of the lantern pod there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the chair to see what was the matter. Away to the window I ran like a flash, pressed the release button, and flew up the hatch. The moons on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the glow of a lightsaber to objects below, when something appeared and I was ready to mock. It was Sabluka's pod racer, towed by some Ewoks. With a tiny driver who was drinking a soda, I knew in a moment it was Master Yoda. The Ewok started to chitter and chatter away. Now Chirpa, now Logray, now Wicket and Paplu. Hurry I must, much I have to do. To the temple to the top of the wall. Away you must dash all. As Gungans scattered before a troop of battle droids, away ran the Ewoks. Attention they tried to avoid. So behind the power duct entrance they flew, with the pod full of gadgets, and Master Yoda too. And then with the Force I sensed on the bricks the tapping and rapping of a walking stick. As I drew on the Force and was turning around, down the ventilation shaft Yoda came with a bound. He was dressed in his robe, from his head to his foot, were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of holographic projectors he had on his back, and he looked like Anakin, just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his pointed ears how merry, his cheeks were green, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the hair on his head was as white as the snow. He had more midi-chlorians than a desert has sand. He had a broad face and a hunched-over back that shook when he chortled, jiggling his pack. For being so old, he looked in good health, and I smiled when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon let me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and laid out the projectors, then turned with a smirk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a wave of the ventilation shaft he rose. He hobbled back to his racer. To the Ewoks he whistled, and with a crack of the whip, the Ewoks hustled. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "The Force will be with you on this and every night."